Oh my god! Oh my god! Holy shit! Woo! Oh my god!
This is a crazy video. For those of you that don't know, this man's home is in a fire zone in California. This massive tanker has dropped this pink substance, which is a flame retardant, to try to protect his home. A California firefighter in the comments says that it's a biodegradable sticky liquid that helps slow down the rate of the fire, so that ground resources can come in and extinguish it with lower fire activity. I guess a lot of people thought that the plane was crashing. My next question is, when you watch the entire video, do we think his windows burst from the heat in the area, or like this flame retardant? Do we think that that hit it somehow? Like maybe it came out as a ball of liquid and smashed his window? Anyway, I'm curious your thoughts. One funny comment said, "It's a girl. These gender reveals are getting out of control." This next clip shows some still images of what people are saying is a Bigfoot. And they're claiming that this is more credible than most sources because this was taken from a wildlife biologist's trail camera. I'll say it looks pretty good. I mean, It has a different type of face than we normally see. When you zoom in, it has human-like eyes, but a wide, ape-like nose. It's said to have been taken here somewhere in the States, so we know it's not some type of gorilla. Let me know your thoughts on this one. This viral clip was uploaded and the title said, "What cryptid is this?" Well, I don't think it's a cryptid at all. I mean, it's super impressive. I guess it could be, but... A few commenters say this is just a gray wolf running alongside a car, and that this one actually got up to 37 miles per hour. Another comment said that this is a wolf-dog hybrid and it escaped from its owner. It happened in the Greater Bay Area, El Cerrito. Goes on to say that wolves are huge and most people don't realize this. They tend to think of them as large dogs or more like a coyote. But that's all wrong. Wolves are absolutely massive. Yeah, and that's what this thing looks like. A big, old, strong wolf running down the road.
I thought he was going to pet him.
A bystander said that this bear appeared out of nowhere. And before anyone gets too worried, it's not a grizzly bear, it's a cinnamon black bear. But still, right? The man's just fishing around this dock when this bear walks right up to him. The thing is the angler did a good job. I mean, there's nothing he really could have done other than stay still. Any movement or noise would have likely been perceived as a threat, which would have most likely made the bear engage. Something similar actually happened to a friend of mine who was fishing with his AirPods in. And sure enough, before he knew it, a bear was within 20 feet of him. He said the only way he noticed that the bear was there is that he felt the vibrations of the bear breathing, like grunting. He turned around and then basically had to change his pants. But nevertheless, luckily for my friend and this guy, that the bear just, both of them walked on by. creepy footage taken out of Georgia shows what appears to be a bipedal creature walking across the train tracks. Now, many people in the comments are not having it. They don't think this is a Bigfoot. They don't think it's a cryptid. They actually, I would say the majority think that this is a drunk guy. It was uploaded as a cryptid video, so I'll give a small edge to the cryptid, but it could very easily be a normal man. Because the video is so grainy. A few years back, a disturbing photograph began making rounds on Reddit, posted by a user who had received it from a friend. The image quickly caught the attention of many, sparking speculation about possible paranormal activity. The photo was reportedly taken inside an apartment complex in the historic city of Charleston, South Carolina. At first glance, the photo appeared fairly normal. The woman who took it had aimed her camera at her dog, comfortably settled in a chair in her living room. But upon closer inspection, something unsettling became apparent. In the background, her second dog seemed to be cautiously approaching a faint, shadowy silhouette of a woman. The eerie figure was hunched over, and the dog's body language suggested a sense of unease, as if trying to determine whether this presence was a friend or foe. What made the image even more disturbing was that the woman insisted she had been completely alone in her apartment at the time, but the mysterious figure in the photo, there was no logical explanation. Theories began circulating, with some speculating that the figure could be the ghost of someone who had died in the apartment complex. The homeowner herself had reported a string of unsettling occurrences. She would hear the sound of footsteps echoing through the hallways late at night, even though she knew she was the only one home. And in the morning, she would often find objects moved or rearranged, even though she hadn't touched them. The feeling of being watched became a constant, and her dogs exhibited clear signs of discomfort, particularly in the living room, the very spot where the mysterious figure had been caught in the photo. One of the most chilling experiences came from the poster's wife. She had spent the night in that same apartment and was startled awake by the sight of an elderly woman in a nightgown standing beside the bed. As she tried to focus on the figure, it vanished in an instant. However, the unmistakable sound of footsteps retreating beyond the door lingered, leaving her paralyzed with fear.
See, now unlike you, I would have reached in and went, ah!
Wow. Feel that thing.
That's definitely man-made.
Yeah.
100%. But it's solid.
The charring on it.
Yeah.
The heat.
Burnt it through.
Doesn't look like a battery or anything, so we're good there.
You done with this end?
Oh yeah, it's right there. Is it hollow? Is it hollow?
Sort of, yeah.
But it's burnt. Oh yeah, and it has something inside of it.
Oh.
Crazy video clip here. Space debris, space paraphernalia has flown through the roof of this house, smashed through the floor, and now these guys are retrieving it. Anyhow, let me know if you've heard of anything like this. No one has any idea where it came from. And can you imagine? I mean, thank goodness that didn't hit somebody. But can you imagine what that must have sounded like, or how weird that would be sitting in the room and that happening? The officer that's there is pointing to some type of charring on the item. And the guys talking are kind of just like, whoa, this is crazy. The only thing that I've seen similar to this was a bullet hole that was in the top of a guy's car hood that I saw. Other than that, I don't know anything like this that's happened to anyone.
Ella, stop. I'm destroyed right now. Oh, no, Ella, you have to stop now. You're gonna learn.
Maybe say sit?
No, it's not.
I thought this was just a funny... This is just a funny video. Did you hear the one guy? He's like, I'm destroyed right now. Now, I don't know if that's because he's had too many beers or the dog's already jumped on him. And then do you hear the other guy where he's like, maybe like say sit. And he's like, he's not going to sit. That is great. She just wants to have some fun. She wants to enjoy the pool as well. Great camera capture.
Someday, someone will walk into your life and make you realize why it never worked out with anyone else. It is a miraculous thing to be able to watch the person you love undetected. A wonderful gift may not be wrapped as you expect. Somebody once said, you don't always get to choose who you fall in love with, but I do.
Okay guys, this next video is nuts. In a not so distant past, a string of unsettling videos began cropping up on YouTube, all originating from a channel with the creepy name Mr. Peeper. As disturbing as the title was, the content proved even more disturbing. Though YouTube quickly took the channel down due to policy violations, fragments of it remain, as users have re-uploaded the footage elsewhere. The videos were primarily composed of shaky handheld camera work. They showed a man shadowing various women in a way that felt undeniably predatory. Overlaying these visuals was a distorted, fragmented voice, adding a chilling layer to the experience. Rumors added an extra layer of mystery. According to whispers, someone whose identity remains unknown to this day stumbled upon an abandoned car deep within a remote forest. Inside the car was a plastic bag taped to the roof containing an SD card. This card allegedly held the complete archive of Mr. Peeper's disturbing videos. This discovery ignited widespread attention online, spreading rapidly across forums and message boards. Speculation ran wild. Some believed the footage offered a grim glimpse into the psyche of a disturbed individual stalking his victims. Others thought it might be a carefully crafted web series, an ambitious yet failed student project, or a twisted form of art. Debates flared. Some viewers were deeply unsettled, convinced they were witnessing the work of a real-life predator. Meanwhile, others dismissed it as a clever piece of fictional horror. In December 2022, the digital landscape was abuzz after a disturbing video made its rounds on TikTok. The clip in question, a dash cam recording from the quiet streets of Melbourne, Australia. Known for its thriving art scene and rich coffee culture, the city witnessed something eerie at the unnerving hour of 4:30 a.m. Under the faint glow of the streetlights, the dash cam revealed a strange sight. A man standing alone in the middle of the road, blocking the path of oncoming traffic. His demeanor was far from welcoming. As the driver cautiously advanced, the man became more threatening, shining a flashlight directly at the driver's eyes, momentarily blinding them with its harsh brightness. The tension escalated quickly. As the vehicle attempted to maneuver around him, the figure lunged towards it, striking at the side with what appeared to be a mix of desperation and rage. The fear was unmistakable. The person who posted the video, still rattled by the encounter, mentioned contacting the police immediately. But when they returned to the scene, perhaps to gather more details or confirm what had happened, the man had mysteriously disappeared, leaving no trace. He seemed to vanish, like a phantom. Comments flooded the video, with people from all over the world sharing their thoughts. Remarkably, several viewers reported having experienced similar unsettling incidents late at night, sparking intrigue and curiosity. Now, I saw this clip and I wasn't sure if I was impressed or terrified. I think it was a little bit of both. Check this out. A commenter wrote, "Any man who's worked with heavy equipment knows the feeling of being near thousands of pounds of steel moving at insane speeds like that. It's just something else." And I would have to agree. Another commenter wrote, "What's even more impressive is when he comes back later and pulls it back up with just his hands."
Mom, look how pretty the sunset is. Ow. What was that?
Alright, you've got to see this. A woman named Jane Everett was heading to Provo Municipal Airport with her family, and her daughter caught something really strange on video. As they're driving around Sunset, this dark figure suddenly appears by the side of the road, and before anyone can react, it slips away into the cornfield. Just as it vanishes, you can hear the daughter exclaim, "What was that?" According to Jane, this moment flipped her from a skeptic to a believer in the paranormal. And here's the kicker. Jane's YouTube channel only has about 16 subscribers, so she's definitely not chasing any viral fame. Could this be real evidence of something unexplained? I mean, I don't know. It looked pretty natural to me. The daughter's voice seemed natural, the way it was filmed. I don't know. Let me hear your thoughts. I mean, how have you gotten yourself in this predicament? What in the world is this guy thinking? Look at this comment. I completely agree. This is just crazy. I'm assuming this bear didn't attack because maybe it wasn't hungry and or there just aren't any cubs around. But let me know your thoughts. In this next clip, TikTok user Mutilo4256 was driving down a quiet, isolated road in Thailand around 8 o'clock in the evening. The drive was uneventful until something unsettling happened. As they were cruising down the road, seemingly out of nowhere, a woman in a white dress appeared right in front of the car. Startled, the driver instinctively swerved to avoid hitting her. But here's where it gets even stranger. Upon reviewing the dashcam footage and slowing it down, the figure doesn't seem solid. It only partially appears, almost as if it's flickering in and out of reality. Then, just like that, it vanishes without a trace. Now, could this dashcam have caught something supernatural? Some kind of ghostly apparition, perhaps? Or is it just our minds playing tricks on ourselves or a glitch in the recording? Well, whatever the case may be, it's definitely creepy. And it's up to you to decide what you think is going on here.
Does he think it's a bear? You think there's a bear up here next to the deer? Yeah, we probably should be too close to it, huh? It's not cool though.
Back in 2012, a man camping in Utah with a group of friends saw something unusual off in the distance. At first, he assumed it was just a bear, but as he watched it climb the hillside, he realized that whatever it was didn't quite look right. This thing moved in a different way. On October 30th, 2012, a YouTuber known as Beardcard uploaded a video that quickly gained attention. It's only a minute or so long, but it's packed with great footage. In the clip, the group is standing among the autumn leaves when the camera suddenly pans up to catch a dark figure on the hillside. The trees don't block the view too much, and you can see something large crouched down, possibly trying to hide or perhaps foraging for food before it stands upright. That sudden movement sends everyone running. Now, the video has racked up nearly 8 million views, and that's just on YouTube. I mean, it's easily one of the most viewed pieces of potential Bigfoot evidence ever captured. I freaking love it. What do you guys think? This feels really legit to me. This next eerie clip was actually caught live on national television in Argentina. There's a popular program called Phenomena, which broadcasts live and focuses on notable weather events in Argentina and worldwide. During one of the episodes, co-host Matthias Barati was doing a standard weather forecast for the upcoming weekend when something truly bizarre occurred. As part of the show, they switched to a live feed from a security camera that overlooks the boardwalk in the city of Coranas. But on that feed, something strange appeared. A pale, translucent figure moving across the field and out of the camera's view. The odd part? It looked like the torso of a person, with what seemed like arms moving quickly, almost as if this figure was running. But whatever or whoever this is, has no legs. A shocked viewer who happened to be watching the show posted the footage to their Instagram, and it didn't take long for it to go viral, capturing the attention of thousands. By the time the show ended, Matthias and the TV crew reviewed the footage live, admitting they had no idea what it was.
¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es eso que pasa cuando estábamos en vivo? Esto sucedió en vivo, a ver, esto no es, o sea, no estamos jodiendo, se los digo en serio, no estamos jodiendo, esto pasó en vivo cuando estábamos hablando del tiempo y la cámara es de paso de la patria.
A ver, ahí viene corriendo.
Ay, ¿qué es eso? ¿No tiene patas?
Even stranger, they all pointed out that the figure seemed to be floating, as it had no visible legs. Now, could this be a bit of trickery, a camera glitch, or something more supernatural? No one knows for sure, but this strange sighting left viewers and the crew completely baffled. This is a pretty cool clip here. No one's been able to identify what this is. At first glance, most people thought it was a shark. Of course, others are calling it a mermaid. Probably the best explanation I saw is that this could be a gigantic, one of those large squids. I don't think it's anything sinister like most people are implying, though.
What if ice cream just scared the demons? They would mimic your scream. Oh. That never scared me anyway. Maybe it's just a bunch of kids trying to summon demons. That in the forest we're in? Yeah. Sounds like fun. The more you listen, the less scary it sounds. The more I listen, the more scary it sounds. I sound like one of those now. Oh, we gotta get Yeah. I think I know what it is. I think it's a hyena. So a hyena sound like? No.
This video is undeniably chilling. One late afternoon, 2 teenage girls are out in the woods near their home taking pictures of a red rose for a school art project. Suddenly, they hear something unsettling coming from deeper in the forest. The strange noises make them uneasy, and one of the girls pulls out her phone to capture this disturbing moment. The video reveals the sound of strange screams echoing through the woods. The girls, nervous and thinking of wild animals or something worse, decide to get out of there and head home quickly. Thankfully, one of the girls tells her mother about the incident, and her mom wisely decides to call the police right away. This will end up being very important. When the authorities arrive and begin their search, they make a tragic discovery. In the woods, they find a woman who had been screaming for help. Her husband had collapsed suddenly and tragically passed away while they were out in the forest. The woman had been calling for help for hours, but it wasn't until the girls heard her cries that anyone came. Sadly, by the time help arrived, nothing could be done to save the man. However, this heartbreaking situation serves as an important reminder. Scary sounds aren't always what we think. Sometimes making that call for help can save a life. "14 years ago, Mark Doe visited a private school in Seattle. He was planning to use the inside of the school as the background for his next music video. Mark set up his camera in the hallway, preparing to film a clip for social media. However, something just didn't feel right. He struggled to stay focused, and eventually he gave up trying altogether.
Okay. I'm not doing this right. Okay. I can't even see myself. I don't know if this is, okay, never mind.
Much later, while reviewing the footage from that day, Mark came across something that sent chills down his spine. This is what the camera captured. Did you catch that? If you look closely, there's a faint, ghostly figure of a woman in a long white dress, barely visible as she walks in front of the staircase. But as she goes through the threshold, the figure becomes much clearer, only to vanish moments later. What makes this even more unsettling is that Mark was completely oblivious to what was happening right behind him at the time, yet he still felt distracted and confused for some reason. He couldn't quite put his finger on the feeling. Now, I think it's important to note that Mark's social media and YouTube content have always been centered around his music. This 14-year-old clip is the only thing on his channel that touches on anything related to the paranormal. A little different clip here, but this was too hysterical to pass up. Check this out. I mean, I think I speak for everybody when I say that I am so glad that Ring cameras, all of these cameras were not around when I grew up. A girl in the comments wrote, "I would have this playing on the big screen TV when everyone came down for breakfast." This is just so funny. It's 3 a.m. in Erie, Pennsylvania, and Jorge Cruz and his family are sound asleep. Out of nowhere, the quiet is shattered when their bedroom door suddenly slams shut. Obviously, Jorge wakes up to the noise but brushes it off, thinking it's nothing, and drifts back to sleep. However, the next day, curiosity gets the better of him, and he wonders what could have caused the door to slam so violently. That's when he decides to check the baby monitor footage. What Jorge discovers chills him to the core. Before the door slams, you can hear loud, distinct banging noises. Then a shadowy figure, almost like a dark, formless mass, appears creeping near the bottom of the baby's crib. It lingers there, seemingly watching the sleeping child. At one point, the dark presence even moves around one of the stuffed animals in the crib, and just as quickly as it appeared, it vanishes into thin air. Jorge believes this entity could be something sinister haunting their home. But what do you think? Did the Cruz family unknowingly capture footage of a paranormal presence? Or could it be something else entirely? Let me know your thoughts.
Jesus!
Land of the free and home of the brave. Amazing clip here of this bald eagle. Everyone in the comments going nuts on how many times this guy pump faked the eagle. Like, throw it already. Amazing capture. And let's take a minute to look at the surroundings. That is absolutely beautiful. Where do you think that is? Looks like the Pacific Northwest to me. Jason Barber from Salisbury, North Carolina, arrives home from work and is greeted with probably one of the most unexpected things ever. A moody snake is hiding around the edges of Jason's front door and strikes at him as soon as he tries to walk in. Luckily, the snake is non-venomous, run-of-the-mill black snake, and the bite missed. Jason says he should have known something was going on because his cat was just staring at the door, meowing. I love this. Check this out. This dolphin flips this fish with its tail out of the water and into this bird's mouth. Researchers say the dolphins are known for displaying cooperative behaviors with other species, including seabirds. In some cases, they've even observed dolphins driving schools of fish toward the surface, making it easier for both themselves and nearby birds to catch prey. Moreover, dolphins have occasionally been seen offering fish to birds, potentially as a form of social interaction or play. That looks like what we've witnessed here. They have also been observed even in captivity doing this. While the exact reason isn't fully understood, it may be linked to some type of social engagement or just playful behavior. But we do know it highlights the dolphin's intelligence. Speaking of dolphins, what the frick is this thing? Look at this. You know, I can't imagine walking through a park and seeing something like this. It does look like a dolphin, like a little baby dolphin climbing up this concrete step. Some people are saying that this is a catfish dolphin / baby sea lion. Okay. The best explanation I saw came from a guy that said this is definitely a longfin eel native to freshwaters of New Zealand, specifically the Black River. I'll have to take his word for it. For years, Candace Gardner has suspected her home is haunted by an unexplained presence. This all began with minor unnerving incidents, objects mysteriously moving, glowing orbs floating in the air, and a constant feeling of being watched. As these strange occurrences became more frequent, Candace set up cameras throughout her house to gather evidence. The footage she captured is chilling. In one video recorded during the day, her home security system detects odd movement. In another clip, orbs of light, sometimes believed to be supernatural, can be seen drifting through her home, leading some to question whether it's more than just dust particles. Things took a terrifying turn in her kitchen, where a knife suddenly flies through the air, moving with a force that suggests something far more sinister than a simple accident. In another unsettling clip, while Candace and her husband were napping, her leg inexplicably lifts into the air, leaving her frightened. I mean, you can hear her, she is freaking out. This is the one that really made me do a double take. With all this evidence, Candace is left wondering if her house is truly haunted by a dark entity or some other paranormal force. The footage she has collected certainly points to something out of the ordinary, I'll say that. TikTok user Jess, a certified nursing assistant, was on a late shift in the psychiatric unit of an old, supposedly haunted children's hospital in Maine when something eerie happened. While checking her surroundings, she noticed something unsettling. The door appeared to open on its own, despite no one being in her general vicinity. As Jess looked into a hallway mirror, a shadowy, human-like figure seemed to abruptly appear. Again, no one should be there, not on this shift. A commenter on the video suggested that this could be a Grim Reaper-like figure, potentially there to collect a soul. Strangely enough, Jess later revealed that one of her patients passed away the day after this unsettling incident. Notably, Jess has never posted anything paranormal on her account before, only sharing moments from her job and personal life. So, I ask you, could this be an actual encounter with something supernatural? Something so scary that she decided to post it on her TikTok? It's up to you to decide. This is pretty insane. Wait till the camera pans out. Ibex are expert climbers, perfectly adapted to navigate the toughest mountain terrains. Their remarkable climbing skills come from specialized features, strong, agile bodies, and hooves with concave shapes that provide excellent grip on rocky surfaces. These hooves can actually spread to increase stability on narrow ledges. Highlighted by sharp eyesight and strong spatial awareness, this allows them to move confident and safely through these challenging environments. Fuse the rattlesnake's sense of smell. Additionally, they heat up their tails by wagging them, sending a warning sign to discourage the snake from attacking. The wagging of this tail makes them appear bigger than they really are. Now, they don't always use this behavior, but it's most common when they are defending their young. Animals are incredible, man. What an idea. I can't imagine how they must have come up with this. Warning, warning, nightmare fuel, nightmare fuel. Every man's worst nightmare. And yes, the man did suffer a bite. Luckily, he didn't require any more medical attention. He got a tetanus shot, and they sent him on his way. But the psychological damage, I have a feeling, is going to last much, much longer. Thank God the snake wasn't poisonous. This clip is great. We see this horned viper laying here and there's a spider crawling around. Oh no, that's just his tail. What? The spider tail horned viper has developed this unique hunting tool. Its tail looks and moves like a spider in order to lure in hungry birds. I mean, what is going on? How in the heck did the snake realize that spiders were a good way to entice prey? And then how in the heck did they develop a tail that looks like a realistic spider? I mean, it looks exactly like a spider. I really just added this clip because it's a rare moment where an iceberg shows you the blue color at its base. And I was kind of nerding out on it, so the Loch Ness Monster doesn't pop out or anything crazy, but I just thought it looked cool. There was a big scientific explanation about the red light and it scattering the blue light and something about the thicker ice. Yeah, you can look it up. Okay, now what do we have here? A security camera in Mexico catches an orb floating through the sky. This thing is pretty bright. All of a sudden, as you can see in the clip, this orb turns into a human. Now, this was taken earlier this year in August, and as you can see from the timestamp, this was pretty early in the morning. And it's kind of interesting, the guy actually appears once or twice before manifesting fully. I don't know, what's your explanation for this? While using the bathroom in his home, a Reddit user named Dustin experienced something strange, something that was captured by his home camera. While in the bathroom, Dustin heard a soft female voice calling his name.
Hello?
Despite being home alone, the voice was so distinct that he believed someone was right outside the door. To add to the creepiness, Dustin's two dogs appeared restless in the living room, as if they were sensing something unseen. Although Dustin is mostly known for his collection of bongs, the focus here is on this eerie incident. Did Dustin really catch something on camera during this moment? I feel like it's pretty easy to hear the voice in the video. Now, I leave it to you. What do you think?
Hello?
A man from Medellin, Colombia was alarmed when his cat started acting unusually and seemed to be fixated on something that the man couldn't see. The cat remained frozen, staring intensely at an unseen object just into the other room. Despite the man's attempts to pet or nudge or shake the cat, it wouldn't break its focus. Normally affectionate, the cat suddenly became aggressive, scratching him and clawing at him in response. Now, the video of the incident has been widely shared online, sparking concerns from almost all viewers. Many believe that the cat was reacting to a spirit or unseen entity, with some claiming to see a shadowy white figure in the footage. Are you able to see it? Taken in April of 2023, this clip is just a really cool capture of a normal house cat. Well, biologically it's normal, but its coloring is off the charts. The owner of this trail camera writes that this is his neighbor's cat, and he knows that now, but the first time he saw this guy come across his footage, he almost jumped out of his skin. He didn't know what he was looking at. The cat has a typical feline face, which you get a good look at as he stares directly into the camera. It's his markings that are so phenomenal. And the thing that was throwing the trail camera owner off was this guy's shortened tail. I wouldn't say it's as bobbed as a bobcat, but it's definitely shortened. He also looks a little bigger than a standard house cat. The owner was nice enough to add a trail cam pic of a coyote for scale. Anyhow, the cat usually runs this fence line a few times a day hunting birds. Let me know if you've seen a cat like this with unusual markings, or if this is an entire breed of cat that I'm just not familiar with. Anyway, beautiful cat, awesome captures. An eerie photograph from a trail camera in New York State shows what appears to be a ghostly figure following a pair of hunters. Shared with Coast to Coast AM by Jesse Grandel, the chilling image was captured in December of 2021. Her husband Bob and their daughter were out hunting on their property in the community of Savona. The unsettling photo went unnoticed until last week when he was going through his trail camera pictures from the past few years and noticed the spooky translucent figure walking behind them. Jesse says, "He made me look at it and I asked him who was with him because I don't ever remember them taking anyone hunting." Jesse recalls, and he said no one. Father and daughter were both a bit freaked out by it. Jesse said her husband subsequently shared the photo on social media, and a friend's father recognized the individual as a man named Paul, who used to live in our house and he hunted those same woods. He moved out of our place in either late 2003 or 2004 and died a couple years later. Jesse says we never met the man, so we had no idea what he looked like. While skeptics will no doubt contend that this spirit is merely a trick of light and shadow, or the product of digital editing, but Jesse insists that the photo has not been doctored in any way, and that it was simply one of hundreds of otherwise normal pictures captured by the trail camera. Wow, that's crazy. With that in mind, what do you guys make of this figure in the image? Could Bob and his daughter have been followed by the ghost of the man who once hunted that same area? Who once lived in their house? An incredible story here in our next clip. A woman who was out hiking in the Saguaro National Park ends up having the scare of a lifetime. It all started when she noticed the nearby deer, whose company she had been enjoying, abruptly started to bleat and make noises. She could tell they were alerting to something. Then in an instant, they took off. Her own animal instincts kicked in and she headed off to her tent. And it's a good thing she did. The hiker says she's not even really sure why she looked up, but when she did, she saw a mountain lion lying in wait on a tree branch almost directly above her. As she started filming it, she tried yelling at the lion to scare it away, but that didn't work. So then she got really brave and threw some rocks at it, hoping to scare it off and not piss it off. Thankfully, the cougar eventually got bored and wandered away, so the hiker was able to gather herself in her tent. Man, what a freaky experience. Reddit user Altruistic Cell posted this photo to a Reddit message board claiming it was Bigfoot's hand. It has popped up more recently, even though the photo was taken in November of 2002. It went viral around that time and has been making its rounds again. I mean, I don't know if it's Bigfoot's hand, but whatever it is, it's pretty creepy. The hand looks huge, insinuating it belongs to something huge. Its fingers have an odd shape, while its fingernails look to be slightly sharpened. I was scrolling the comments, and if it's not the hand of Bigfoot, it seems the next most popular thing is that it's a movie prop or part of a Halloween costume. While this picture has plenty of skeptics, there are believers that this is Bigfoot's hand. Let me know what you guys think this could be. This next clip shows footage straight out of a horror story, a nightmare brought to life. According to the security camera footage, a colossal black bear was seen entering the home where a teenager was sound asleep on the couch. The sudden sound of the door opening jolted the boy awake, and he found himself at a loss for words as he saw the beast making its way in. You can tell the gravity of the situation dawned on him as the bear approached him. In that moment, he realized that his life was in grave danger. However, he popped up, mustered the courage to lunge at the bear, attempting to scare him off. Miraculously, the bear seemed frightened by the boy's attempts and eventually retreated back out of the house. The boy was left shaken to his core, but a sense of relief washed over him as he shut the door and he realized he had managed to escape becoming the bear's meal. The initial clip I saw of this was making fun of the boy's attempts to scare the bear away. Honestly, I think he did a pretty good job. Considering he was awakened out of the dead of sleep, I mean, I can't imagine waking up to this. Did you guys notice the ease in which the bear flung that door open? Sheer power. This is an extremely impressive video here. Look at how still his head is. This is a kestrel and they are excellent hunters, with the ability to hover in the air for extended periods of time as they search for prey. They typically feed on small mammals, birds, and insects. The kestrel is known for its distinctive hunting style, which involves hovering in the air above its prey before diving down quickly to make the kill. They are carnivores, and they can be found all over the world except for Antarctica and some oceanic islands. They love to roam open habitats such as grasslands, deserts, and savannas. And they are from the falcon family and often used in falconry. Another fun fact is that they find a partner and they mate for life.
Holy you are right beside me. Like, right there. You are a big Alright, so I guess you want this fish. It's not a very big fish, but you can have it. Oh, there you go, buddy. Well, that's awesome. Alright, well, I'll keep trying to catch more.
Look at this beautiful bald eagle. This thing is incredible. It has landed when this man pulled this fish in. The man forks over the fish and lets the eagle go on his way. Look at those talons. Pretty cool right there. This is a sick clip. Check this out. First of all, the moose does not get hurt. This is just incredible, and there's a reason this clip has gone so viral. Look at the way this moose looks at this person. It's literally like he's saying, go ahead, I'll give you a shot, but you're only going to get one off, so it better be a good one. I mean, the confidence in this thing, I don't know, this is crazy. One summer night in 2020, Chloe Brennan and her husband discovered something truly bizarre on their car window. A large, detailed handprint, almost as big as a human's, was imprinted on the glass. I mean, this thing had distinct, legit fingers, creases, and what appear to be incredibly long claws. But the strangest thing was that it only had 4 fingers. Now, naturally, the couple were both baffled. What kind of creature could have left such a mark? Was it an animal or something else entirely? The question remains unanswered, leaving them and everyone else who's seen the photo scratching their heads in wonder. So what do you think? Is this just an elaborate prank, or is there a monstrous creature lurking around their home? An Instagram user by the name of Lauren Orange shared a video that seemed innocent at first glance. A couple standing in front of a door, enjoying a happy moment together. But upon closer inspection, something unnerving was caught on camera. In the background of the house, a dark figure with long hair can be seen quietly slipping into the room. None of the people involved noticed anything unusual at the time. It was only later, when they reviewed the footage, that Lauren and the couple realized they had captured something far more sinister than they initially thought. So, could it be a mere trick of the light, or is there something more mysterious at play in that house? You tell me. What would you do if an unknown figure appeared at your window, asking to enter your home? Well, that's the unnerving scenario a group of friends faced in Oregon. A boy reported hearing an eerie sound, a knock on his window, followed by a strange voice beckoning him outside.
What? What's wrong with you? What? It took my daughter. Parker? Please let me inside. Parker!
When he cautiously approached the window, he managed to capture something disturbing on camera. A mysterious woman was outside, requesting to be let in, but the boy wisely declined. As she continued to knock persistently, fear overtook him. Calling out to his friend for help, he retreated, overwhelmed by the unsettling encounter. What could her intentions have been? This chilling experience leaves room for wild speculation. Could it have been something more than just a stranger?
Bro, dude, what?
Pretty crazy clip here. Check this out. This frog has eaten a firefly. Or a lightning bug, as we call them. Look at that thing glowing in its stomach. I don't know, short clip, but super cool. I mean, stop. I'm not even going to mention again how afraid of these things I am. Look at it carrying its prey, taking it to an underwater grave. Ay, ay, ay. That is not something you want to be caught in the water with. What do we think about this one here? This photo is said to have been snapped off a trail camera down in Georgia. Now, I will say, there is impressive muscle definition on this creature. But at this point, almost anything can be made on the internet, so I don't even know. What do you guys think? Another similar clip here, but this one appears to have been taken, some years ago. What do you guys think? I mean, they both look pretty real. The first one being blurry, people didn't like that. And the fact that you can only see their backs. I don't know. This clip is brief, but it's pretty unsettling. The uploader stumbled upon something unusual lurking in what seems to be some type of abandoned building. In the background, you can hear chilling screams that send shivers down your spine. The figure spotted has sharp goblin-like ears, and its face appears disturbingly raw, with no visible eyes. Could this be some kind of creature from the deep woods, another planet? Or is there something more sinister hiding in the shadows of this eerie place? A security camera captured something bizarre. A small, aggressive creature with a humanoid shape, but it moved on all fours like an animal. Upon zooming in, the details become even more unsettling, revealing a face that is distinctly non-human. What could this eerie figure be? Some speculate it might be a creature from myth or a new, undiscovered species lurking in the shadows. Whatever it is, its appearance raises more questions than answers. A drone in Idaho recently picked up this footage of what many are saying is a Bigfoot. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a hairy creature running across this pasture headed for this little part of the woods, heading for cover. Like I mentioned, unfortunately, it's kind of far away, but what do you guys think here? YouTuber Jason, known for his camping and hiking videos, recently had a frightening experience in the mountains. While on a solo trip, he began hearing strange noises in the night.
I'm still rattled. I've never heard anything like that in my life. It sounded like a mix between almost like a pig. I hate to even say it, but a pig, an ape, and the calls almost sounded like how the velociraptors communicate with each other on Jurassic Park. I've never heard anything like that in my life.
Despite his initial fear, he managed to fall asleep. However, he was jolted awake around 1 a.m. by something circling his tent. The sounds were eerie, almost like an animal, but he wasn't sure what it was. There seemed to be 2 or 3 of them. Jason stayed calm, but the fear was evident in his voice.
hear that? Whatever it is, it sounded like there was 2 or 3 of them. It started on the other side of my camp.
The scariest part? He caught a glimpse of something glowing in the darkness behind the sticks. Could it be the creature that made the strange noises? Some commenters think it might be coyotes or wolves, but attacks on humans are rare. Whatever it was, Jason was alone in the woods at night, making him a vulnerable target. This encounter raises the question, was Jason being stalked by an unknown creature, or was he simply unlucky enough to encounter dangerous wildlife? A recent clip shows TikTok user Jose Castillo and his friends doing what they often do, hitting the wooded trails near Oaxaca, Mexico for some mountain biking after work. One evening, they set off on a familiar trail after dark, but what should have been a routine ride quickly turned into a terrifying experience. Jose's GoPro was rolling when something insane happened, something that still haunts him today. Did you catch it? Out of nowhere, a figure seems to appear in Jose's path, and he narrowly avoids smashing right into it. When the footage is slowed down, you can make out a cloaked figure, draped in a translucent veil, revealing a chilling face beneath. Many of Jose's TikTok followers believe he might have encountered La Llorona, the infamous weeping woman of Mexican legend, said to be a vengeful spirit mourning the loss of her children. But what do you think it could be? Could this footage truly be proof of the legendary ghost, or is there another explanation? Let me know your thoughts. Alright, so this guy would have been in a world of hurt if he hadn't been prepared. It looks like his dog is trying to help him out, but at the end of the day, the dog doesn't really stand a chance against this huge bear. Luckily, this man is going to deploy a secret weapon. He lights the flare and the bear decides, yeah, I think I've had enough. The man's dog is in chase, nipping at the heels of the bear. Honestly, this dog deserves a lot of credit. I mean, just by her being there, it definitely thwarted a bunch of potential attacks. It made the bear divide its attention between the man and the dog.
Nicely, yeah.
This is a smaller clip. It appears this guy has toppled his dirt bike on the edge of this little runoff. We see him scampering off screen, but it's hard to tell now if the bear rushed him when he went to retrieve it, or maybe the riders disturbed the bear, or even worse, if the bear is the reason the guy was off the bike in the first place. I'll say this, I need more information, but quick thinking revving that engine like that. Because I think if you just drop the other dirt bike and start running, that video might not have made it to the internet. I mean, is that scary or what? The way this bear glides through this fence like butter through a knife had me... I mean, look, that fence might have slowed her down a half a second. I mean, she couldn't have been more undeterred. That didn't bother her at all. Look, regardless of how long it took her to get through the fence, it ain't enough time for you to get anywhere safe, if that's what you're wondering. Man, oh man, thank the Lord they were in that truck, because that bear was not playing.